Hi, everybody. Today I have one of my clients, Jessica, with me, and she's going to be sharing what her experience was like working with me in my program, Ancestral Gut Healing. So, when I first met Jessica, the main things she was dealing with were Candida overgrowth. So, she had yeast infections and thrush. So, that's yeast infection in your mouth pretty regularly, like daily itching. Also, had mono from time to time, hormonal imbalances, painful periods, mood swings, and difficulty eating enough too. So, after about 3 months of working together now, she has practically no yeast infections, no thrush, very balanced cycles, no more PMS, pain free periods, no more mono. It's just all around much healthier. And the other main thing we did was she had 4 kids in 3 years and really wants more kids. So we worked really hard on making sure she was nourishing her body and prepping for that so that she can have healthy kids in the future and have more babies. So those are the main things we did. And yeah, I won't talk too much about it because I want you to hear it from Jessica. So yeah, thank you for coming, Jessica.
Of course.
And do you want to just start by telling me more about where you were at before joining Ancestral Gut Healing?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the main things were like what Kaylee mentioned was I would have like really, really painful periods, like crippling pain. It would put me out of commission for a long time, especially when you have 4 babies running around. It's very inconvenient. Not only that, it's impossible to function with that much pain. And so there was that. I also had really bad night sweats. My face, I would have like breakouts along my jaw lines and just, things I felt like I shouldn't be still going through.
Yeah.
After puberty, I'm like, this should be done with. So there was that. I had thrush that would show up in my mouth. Still, I actually struggled with thrush for 2 years after I had my last baby. And so I just could not get rid of it. I tried everything, and I knew that there was some sort of imbalance, and I wanted some help with that. And so that was the main thing. I had mono flare-ups. I got mine when I was 14. And so ever since then, I've had mono flare-ups repeatedly. That's usually caused by stress. And then, it's just also lots of inflammation. And yeah, so since then, things have so decreased and gotten so much better.
Good. Well, do you want to go into that a little bit more, like where you're at now health-wise?
Yeah. So now, as of today, I feel like, man, like with the thrush, it's like on a scale of 1 to 10, it's down to about a 1. And I really did notice a difference after about 3 months, which was really encouraging, especially after I had been struggling with for 2 years. So I was like really, really happy to see that things were getting so much better. And I don't have it in my mouth anymore. I haven't had it in my mouth for probably 4 months now. Vaginally, like it's very minimal. It's like down to a 1, like I said, from a scale of 1 to 10. So that's really awesome. I don't have any more night sweats. I haven't had those for 2 months now. I don't have any acne anymore. My hair is starting to grow back.
Cool.
And anybody who's had lots of babies know you lose too much hair. And I feel like all of my, lots of my hair is growing back. And like I don't have any, like, no painful periods I haven't had to take. And I don't like to take Tylenol or anything, but sometimes I would have to. And I haven't had to take anything for months now. I'm able to eat more. That was one problem that I struggled with, was like keeping just a healthy weight. And so I think something that I really appreciated was just the constant, you just checking in with me, asking how I was doing, and the accountability was really helpful for me.
Good. That's great to hear. And what do you feel like, I know you just said the accountability was helpful, but what do you feel like the top 3 things, or roughly 3 things, that helped you the most to make that, all those changes was?
Yeah, I think number 1 was definitely accountability, because number one was accountability, because I think as being a mom, I'm always trying to figure it out myself, and you just get tired and you kind of get into survival mode. And it's really nice to have somebody check up on you and ask how you're doing. And also the food logs. really awesome because you could tell me what I was doing wrong and what I was doing right. I think
Mm-hmm.
that was the biggest help for me was you tell
Yeah.
me what I was doing right because I feel like I second guess myself a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was just made me feel a lot more confident in the choices I was making for me and my family. So that was huge. Another one I
Right.
noticed just the consistent bone broth was something that was
Mm-hmm.
really helpful for me. Also introducing liver into my diet. I have
Uh-huh.
had so much more energy, and I think
Yay.
that was really huge.
Uh-huh.
I think liver. So anyway,
Awesome. Wonderful.
yep.
Yeah, liver and bone broth, like the top two things I tell people right away on their food logs to start incorporating.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. And then there was one other really cool thing that happened for you that if you want to share a little bit more about it, you
Yes.
mentioned like you didn't have to go to the chiropractor as often, like your joints started feeling a lot better. Do you
Yes.
want to just tell people a little bit more about what
Yeah.
happened there?
So that was something that I think really caught me off guard. It was a surprise. That was nothing on the list. We weren't trying to work on that.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had kind of given up on that. And so I never even brought that up. But it was really cool because, like, since I had those chronic flare ups since I was 14,
Mm-hmm.
I have been in and out of the chiropractor probably every other week for,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a long time. I'm 32 now. So that's been a lot of years. I feel
Yeah.
like so much of my money has gone to the chiropractor.
Yeah.
I just noticed one day, I was actually milking my cow, funny enough.
Uh-huh.
And I noticed, like, I'm like, man, I haven't had to go to the chiropractor for like 3 months. And that's like
Uh-huh.
not normal for me. Normally it's every other week to out do. And so it was just really awesome. I noticed that I didn't have to go as often and my body just felt a lot happier. There not inflammation and my adjustments were holding, which is
Mm-hmm.
really, really, really cool. Um, so actually one more thing I thought of today, which is really odd.
Yeah.
I've noticed I have 20/20 eyesight, but I've
Mm-hmm.
noticed I am not as sensitive to sunlight when I'm outside. I don't have to wear sunglasses.
Okay.
So I think like my eyes have even if there was something that was wrong with them before, I'm just not as sensitive to sun, which was just really, really
Yeah.
cool. So I'm just noticing like little things that are like, oh, that's odd. I haven't noticed that before. So
Yeah,
really cool.
totally. That's super cool. I call
Yeah.
them like side benefits. They're things you weren't intending to work on, but they get better
Yes.
and they make you happy. Okay,
I love good surprises. There needs to be
right?
more of those in life.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
let's see. You kind of touched on this already, but just because you're a mom and you have 4 kids, like busy life with that,
Yes.
what do you feel like helped you to still be successful in the program, like despite, being busy taking care of a bunch of kids?
Yeah. I think it's really helpful when you put like, you'd say, can you get this, watch this modular by this date?
Uh-huh.
For me, that was helpful because I'm like, man, if I have a date, I'm going to make it happen. I will do
Yeah.
my best to make it happen. And sometimes obviously it wasn't perfect, but,
Mm-hmm.
I think that was really helpful also to just, all of your videos were like extremely intriguing to me. And I
Oh,
loved
good.
how you explained everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not just like, this is what you need to do. You actually tell us why we need to do that. And for me,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I love. I just don't do something because somebody tells me to do it.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
it's really, for me, I really appreciate that you go into depth about how the system works and just, yeah, you boil it down and it's very simple to understand too. So I think for a mom, when my brain is already fried, you make it just very simple. But also you don't, you leave it, you don't just brush things under the rug. You actually really explain it in a way that's very tangible, even for a mom with 4 babies and a farm. So Yeah.
Good, good. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm the same way. I like to understand why something's happening, but like
Yeah.
you don't need all the like complex sciencey things to understand why.
Right.
Like you can understand it in like more common tongue. And
Right.
what
Right.
Jessica's talking about is part of the program. You get access to these videos that explain like how to eat, how your digestive system works, how to
Mm-hmm.
purge your body of toxins. So that's part of the program that you get access to. And let's see, is there anything else you'd like to add? Maybe something you'd like to tell people that are considering joining Ancestral Gut Healing?
Yes. I have actually told so many people that I know personally about this program.
Mm-hmm.
One, because I've actually tried it all. And anybody who has been through a long term health crisis, because that's really what it is you're just really looking for truth and you're looking for answers because everybody has the miracle diet.
Uh-huh.
And if you try this, it's going to work. And if you try this, it's going to work. And you try cutting out this, it's going to work. And I've tried them all.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that, yeah, this just made for my lifestyle and just for, I feel like the way God created our bodies, I'm like, this makes so much sense to me
Mm-hmm.
because it works with our system. It works with how our body is supposed to function.
Yeah.
And so within that, like, I'm like, man, this just makes so much sense. And I just, yeah, it's within like, going for like 15 plus years trying to find healing. And then you actually see big results in 3 months. That's just
Mm-hmm.
really encouraging. And everybody should know how to heal your gut because everybody's gut, most of them is a mess. So
yeah.
it's truth that needs to be told. So
Good, good. Well, I'm glad that you found it so valuable, and I'm stoked at your transformation too. You've worked really hard and you're just doing so well, so it makes me really happy. Yeah, well,
thank you. Well, you're awesome.
thank you. Well, thank you so much for doing this with me. I really appreciate it. And for any of you watching this, if you are interested in hearing more about what it's like to work with me, what's included in my program, if it's something that'd be a good fit for you, I will link a link down below where you can book a call with me, and I'd be happy to talk more about that with you and see if it's something that would be a good fit for you. So yeah, thank you for watching.